Boom, boom, this is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, so Destiny Child had its update last night. So the world boss is off, and we are now have a new narrative dungeon up. And we've also got character Lemos here, as you can see on the Hungry Lemos, as you can see on the screen here. There is a summon for her, which will be, I've already done it. It's a one-time summon, so as you can see, I pulled it here. I got her in her first try, luckily. So they also have another main pool for one of the rate up characters is Deepfire Demeter right here. If you don't have her, you get her from there as well in one pool, and then of course another summon banner summons for both of the characters separate and together, and of course your free win. So, and of course always remember to, when you get a chance, to pull on the this summon right here, because it's 6%. That's a very high rate for a 5-star. So the dungeon is up. We'll go over that in a second. Let's look at some of the other stuff. They got a Rumble challenge. This has been ongoing for some time. This is just basically do your Devil Burger daily and purchasing tickets, some stuff, and when you complete it, all of them, you get a 5-star soul card to ticket. Not a prism, just a regular. Mona's emergency app. Now this is just, log on each day to get the rewards. Now this has got the new items. They entered a new function to the game where you can actually add stats and to your weapons. So this is another way to min-max the account. I'll have another video on it a little bit later, like I did on the spa. But I'll have an event a little bit on this after I've taken a look at it and see exactly how it works and see what the rates are on it. But it looks to be like you can combine weapons and get certain stats, and it requires crafting tools, and ore is one of the items that and accessories. So it's basically an armor. So you need a tool for each of the 3 items, and then you need ores to do it. And so there's some other stuff that they can do as well, but it's pretty involved, and I got to go through it and take a look at it and see exactly how it's going to min-max your count. But it's just another way to get your characters a little bit more powerful, just like the spa is. So something similar to that. I've also got a Wheel of Fortune up. Do the items down here daily to get the awards, and of course they've got crafting. Their armor crafting tools and ores inside of here as well, so you can get them in here once you do the spin. So just the items that you need to do to get them are down here. Okay, and you can also get some more of those in the mission pass. I'll show you in a few minutes. Okay, we've got a new Devil Pass up, of course, as with any new event, and you get Hungry Lemos. You get another copy of her. If you do remove the seal, and you get her, both her and Demeter's Hot Spring outfits. And then we've got the mission pass. You got a paid win here you can do to get another copy or 2 of Lemos. And then you got, if you need some more stamina, there's one for that. I've got 7,800, so I'm not in any room of stamina. Limited time mission, you get some evolution materials, handsome childs, and then they've got a huge event here that you definitely need to take part in. This is a free event, and this is using the crafting stones, but you can get a massive amount of onyx, which is always good. So you definitely want to focus on this, the crafting stones. So I'll try to get that video out today on exactly what's the best way to go about it, and what's the more bang for your buck, because it costs coins to do it. And then of course leveling up Lemos, limit breaking her, of course. And then this right here is as you do explorations and evolution dungeons and things like that, you can get some more of the fortune chips, which are used in the Wheel of Fortune. So you can get some from there as well. Okay, so let's take a look at first. Let's take a look at the dungeon. It's called Lost Donut, and it is of course about a lost donut. Lemos, as you know, loves donuts, and one of her donuts goes missing. When you open up the event, it'll give you a start through the narration. Of course, do it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But it seems like it's going to be pretty interesting. So of course, Limos is of course one of the boost childs, as well as Need Fire Demeter. This is what she after you break her and stuff, she becomes Need Fire Demeter. It's not the 3-star version of Demeter that I used to have a long time ago. This is the 5-star version. So let's go to the narrative collection, and we've got up as a first clear is the trident, her weapon. The second is the bikini, which is her outfit, and the third is her bib, which is the accessory. And then we've got a 5-star ticket on the 4th clear, 10 pool on the 5th, and a Prism Soul Carta on the 6th, and then another copy of Limos on the actual 7th pool, and then just some more 3 to 5-star tickets once you get the main clear. So yeah, dungeon's up. It's nice. It's got, remember to clear it at least 4 times a day to get the 16,000 donuts items that you need. It's a strawberry glazed donut is what's missing. So that's what the event item is that you can get to do the pools. I've got 0 at this point, so because I haven't started to run the dungeon yet. But it's the same as always. There's nothing different. Go until you hit the main, and then you can go to the next. And as you clear it, each time you hit the main, it goes through the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th times. Okay, so you can run it to get as many times as you want, just as long as you've got stamina. I was saving the stamina because I knew there was going to be a narrative dungeon up, so I was ready for it. So now the equipment refinement I need to go through. It's in the items, and it's right here. It's this is where the conversion happened here, on how you do and what items that you want to craft. It can be done from there. It can also be, I'll just say, if I wanted to see the cute broom here. This is the broom that I've got for Chang. It has a slot. It has slot 1 available. Okay, so and then you can use the crafting stone, which I don't have yet, to then do the item. So you got to have a tool, and you got to have the stones. The stones are what give you the actual option to what it can do. Like increase attack, increase hit points, and things like that. But to do that, you need to get some of the actual stones. I think the best way to get the stones is going to be through, for this event, that's onyx. So I don't know if they have any stones up here. They have the suspicious ore. Okay. Yeah, so they just have the crafting tools, so you probably have to use the ore. So let's go into items and convert crafting stones. Suspicious ores. So what you can do is convert like this. So you take the tool and it does the ores. So let's go ahead and convert a couple here. Okay, and then so now I have 2 stones. Okay, so then I go back to view equipped, and let's go ahead and do Dana's tool first, and slot 1 available. Okay, so I have now this. Okay, so I have a add option. Okay, so I added 3% of attack to crit from that particular one. Okay, and then you can re-roll it and change it to something else. And this is at 1.2% of agility to crit from that. So that's basically how you do it. And then as you see, this item, it has an E rank, D and E rank available, and then there's different availables too, and you can different slots. So you have 3 slots that you can use on each item. So that's pretty good. So it's going to allow you to do a lot of different stuff, but you're going to have to determine whether or not it's going to be something prudent. It doesn't really cost that much, but I'm just not exactly sure, how much of a stat it's going to give you and a way to increase the stats. So I need to go ahead and to do a little bit of research on it to get a better idea of exactly what it's going to be entailing. But it's just another way to min-max your count, just like the spa, which should have a couple of new costumes up for us in the parade. Yes, Limos is up. Um, so right there's Hot Spring Limos. So of course you have to run the Scarlet Lanterns because she is fire. So you run the Scarlet Lanterns, you have a rate up chance for her. I did manage to get my hands on Kubaba's um, outfit. So right there she is, Revenge Kubaba. So the picture that you see on the bike at the beginning, when the game opened, when they first had her as a child, this is what she looked like when she was on the bike, the younger version. So that's what you get. It's the Hot Spring outfit if you want to get that version for her. So I did get that. I do have her in my spa at the moment, and this is Limos here. So I still got her fancy look right there. So yeah, so that's what's up. So you want to pull Scarlet Lanterns for her. So to get a chance for her, now's the time to do it. I find that that's just the best time to do it. Is just do it on rate up because you know you get, as you can see, I'm working through. I'm getting most of them, but you know I try to play it regularly. But lanterns are a little bit hard to come by. You can get them at some of the events. Like in the World Boss in the actual Magic Mirror shop, there was some in there. I purchased some in there. But you know, and you can sometimes get them in the shop if you go into the spa shop. Sometimes there'll be lanterns in there as well. And as you can see, there isn't at this time. But you can always get enough bath towels. So bath towels are always plentiful in there, so you don't have to worry about, you know, resetting the child's in the spa and re-entering them in there. I've never had a problem with that. But actually getting your hands on the lanterns to do the Midnight Parade is turning out to be a little bit of a chore that I wasn't expecting it to be. But you know, just got to work through it, but you can get them. So this is Limos, and she is up. So go ahead and get involved in there and get that, get on the narrative dungeon. It's going to be funny, as it always is. Anything involving the theft of a donut or various items always turns out to be a complete complete and utter chaos. So since Need Fire Demeter is one of the actual childs that's in the boost, I assume she'll somehow be involved in this as well. So you might want to go draw for her. I already have her, and she's a fire child. I already have her right here, Need Fire. I've already got her up to 60, but she's only one. But that's enough to put her in there for my boost, and I'll have to work on getting Limos leveled up a little bit and stick her in as well too once I go through the dungeon. But yeah, so that's it. So it just came up today. It's up and live, and a lot of good events in here, some good stuff, and a chance to get her several limit breaks on her as well if you're going to want to start using her. So let's take a look at her skill set. So she is fire attacker, of course. Auto attack, Honeyed Smiled, which is 60% chance to buff steel. Okay. So since she's a debuffer, we're going to see. Let's see what she does. One buff from target, so move one buff. Okay, so she can pull buffs to herself. Deals chance to 2 enemies. Prioritizes the highest depth. 70% chance. It's pretty high chance actually to inflict attack, def switch. Swaps attack and def stats for 20 seconds. And 75% chance to inflict confuse for 10 seconds. Interesting. And then Gimme Donuts, which is deal 2,000 to 3 enemies, 70% chance to buff steel. Okay, and then skill gauge charge amount, 35%. Okay, so that's okay. So she increases the skill gauge charge, and she also steals buffs. And then, okay, this is an excellent debuff. Defense negative 15% for all enemies. So this is actually pretty good. This is actually not bad. It's actually a pretty good set for a debuffer. So it's definitely something to consider. It's anytime the leader buff is effective for all allies, or in this case, since it's a debuff on your enemies, a 15% defense down. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good kit for her. So she definitely might be a child that you want to consider going for, and definitely raising her to a max limit break of 60 to 6. So I'll have to see. That might be something I look at, because debuffers are something that we haven't had for a while. It's mostly been, you know, attackers, and the passionate ruler king there before was a defense kit, so a tank. So this will be good. I will have to see. But yeah, I might want to look at her. But yeah, that sounds like a very good kit, especially with the skill gauge up and the defense leader buff. All enemies have negative 15% defense. So the faster you can take them out if they got to reduce defense by 15%. So that's pretty good. All right, so that seems to be everything. So get in there and start knocking it out. This is, of course, going to be open. Should be open for 13 days. Yeah, so 2 weeks. So get that stamina out and get running it. And I will have another video on this in a day or two about a little bit more about this crafting. I'm gonna have to play around with it and see what's good and see what's not, and see how you can get the best draws for your items that'll help out your characters the most. So go ahead and put a like on the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the little bell beside to be notified whenever I do drop a video. This is Ken Rear in the corner, signing out.